Hello, Stormies, and welcome back to the top 300 games of all time countdown. We're on part 23, numbers 70 to 61. As usual, I'm not affiliated with Game Informer. I'm just doing this for fun. And let me know if there are any games on this list you would like to see me play by leaving me a comment. Let's get started. Number 70, XCOM, Enemy Unknown. Released for PS3, 360, and PC in 2012. Rebuffing these overpowered alien invasions required a series of nail-biting tactical decisions. Fireaxe's revival of the 90s classic remains a strategy benchmark. So you may know, sometimes I refer to myself as Hailstorm. And my second channel is called Hailstorm's Adventures. I actually got that nickname because of this game. My brother-in-law played XCOM, and he, named some of the characters after, his friends, and the one he named after me was called Hailstorm. Number 69, Super Mario 64. Released for the Nintendo 64 in 1996. The gameplay you are seeing is that of my own. I have not completed this series, but if you want me to pick it back up again sooner rather than later, let me know in the comments, because I do have and love this game. If you were a gamer before the Nintendo 64, you likely remember the first time you saw Super Mario 64 in action. Seeing Nintendo's iconic mascot pop out of that warp pipe in 3D was mind-blowing at the time. Nintendo nailed the simple act of running and jumping in a three-dimensional space, as it was exciting and intuitive from the start. In allowing players to control the camera, Super Mario 64 preemptively solved one of the biggest problems many platformers faced at the time. By introducing free exploration, friendly encounters, and multiple objectives within open, sprawling environments, Super Mario 64 changed the long-standing franchise formula and showed Mario could transition from its groundbreaking 2D roots without missing a beat. Number 68, Goldeneye 007. Released for the Nintendo 64 in 1997. It may not look or feel like it did today, but GoldenEye 007 was one of the first successful first-person shooters on consoles. The realistic locations and weapons set it apart from sci-fi shooter ports like Doom, and the campaign perfectly captured the James Bond secret agent fantasy. For an entire generation of gamers, however, GoldenEye was more than a solid movie adaptation. It was pure multiplayer magic, providing years of riotous split-screen competition. Number 67, Deus Ex. Released for PC in 2000. Ion Storm's cyberpunk thriller has influenced generations of games that followed. Its intriguing story, which challenged a nano-augmented agent to uncover a far-reaching corporatist conspiracy, proved games could tell mature storylines. As an early example of choice-driven gameplay, where even tiny decisions like weapon choice altered your experience, Deus Ex helped revolutionize the immersive sim genre that studios like Arcane continue to tinker with today. Number 66, Super Mario Bros. Released for the NES in 1985. Many credit Super Mario Bros. For saving the gaming industry after it suffered the Great Collapse of 1983. It carried the NES into millions of households across the world and introduced us to the Mushroom Kingdom and Bowser. Mario found his first success with Donkey Kong, but this game catapulted him to mascot superstardom. The game also holds up remarkably well, standing as a shining example of expert video game design. Number 65, Halo, Combat Evolved. Released for the Xbox in 2001. If you've ever played a game on Xbox or any of its descendants, the experience owes a lot to Halo. Redefining expectations for first-person shooters on console, Halo introduced us to a thrilling science fiction universe and a 30-second combat loop that still shapes our expectations for pitched battles. Whether high-fiving through the cooperative campaign or laughing along with LAN parties, Halo Combat Evolved was the very definition of a system seller. Number 64, Baldur's Gate 2, Shadows of Amn. Released for PC in 2000. BioWare's Dungeons & Dragons RPG is the gold standard that all other computer role-playing games are measured against. The isometric layout, deep character creation, and real-time combat with the ability to pause the action delivered the true D&D fantasy like no other game had before. A captivating story, iconic opponents and creatures, and hundreds of hours of side quests for ravenous adventures to sink their teeth into in the Forgotten Realms set an incredibly high bar for PC RPGs, a legacy that is not easily usurped. Number 63, NHL 94, released for the Super Nintendo and Genesis in 1993. Hockey's never been the most watched sport, but for a stretch in the 1990s, it was unquestionably one of the most popular video games. One of the greatest sports titles of all time, NHL 94 rose to glory thanks to its addictive versus play and introducing the game-changing one-timer. The end-to-end, pick-up-and-play action still holds up to this day, which is why EA Sports included an NHL 94 mode in NHL 14 to honor its 20th anniversary. Number 62, Secret of Mana, released for the Super Nintendo in 1993. As an early action RPG, the sequel to Final Fantasy Adventure left a lasting mark, helping grow the genre in the West. Secret of Mana was the first game marketed in North America with the Mana moniker, and founded a strong legacy for the series. The heartfelt story about a young man who acquired a sword and got more than he bargained for stood out for its gorgeous visuals and memorable music. The enjoyable real-time combat, which let you pause the action with the ring command system, kept you on your toes as you brushed up against creatively designed baddies. As a bonus, the game also had cooperative 3-player multiplayer, which was a rarity at the time. Between its battle system and cooperative elements, Secret of Mana's influence on the genre is apparent, and it still holds up as the series' high point. Last but not least, number 61, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, released for the Genesis in 1992. Sonic the Hedgehog threw down the gauntlet to Nintendo in the Mario franchise, and Sonic 2 proved the Blue Blur's success was more than just a fluke. The sequel was even faster than its predecessor, and featured better designed, more polished levels. It also introduced Sonic's pal Tails and a handy new move to Sonic's arsenal, the Spin Dash. The result was a fantastic follow-up that is still looked at by many as the pinnacle of the franchise. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, leave it a like. Let me know. If you want to be notified when I upload or go live, because I do that a lot, hit the notification bell. I upload every day and I live stream every week. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye!